don't feel like naming him. We will have your Social Security number on that birth certificate. Boys, if you are named as the father of a child, you'll be notified by your county. Health department's going to send you a note saying you've been named as the father of this child, born to this girl, on this day. You will have between 60 and 120 days to show up at the county and say, it's not me. She pulled my name out of a hat. That girl's lying. She's been everywhere. It's not my kid. They'll do a blood test, a DNA test. If that test, in fact, proves that you are not the biological father, they're going back to mom and saying, sorry, try again. Till we have somebody's Social Security number on that birth certificate. Why we change the law, boys? Why do we want that number? So we can let you know when your kid starts kindergarten? Send you a nice note. Had an 8th grade boy one day. He was so cute. I love junior hires. He raises his hand. He goes, so that the child will know who his dad is? No. Money's what we're after, guys. It's going to cost you over the next 18 years between $60,000 and $80,000, and your pay will be garnished. If you are not working, you will incur debt. And when and if you ever do get a job, it's coming out of your paycheck. Let me make this clear. This is not a bill the state's going to politely ask you to pay. We're not collecting. It's coming out of your paycheck, taken out by your employer before you ever see it. My daughter likes to keep me well aware of the culture, the MTV world. Once in a while, she sends me stuff, and she says, Mom, I think finally, after these many years we've been talking about this, that the culture might actually understand that guys, if they father a child, will have to pay. She says, you should listen to this song by a rapper. And she emailed it to me, and I don't listen to this music very often, and I had to listen to it 5 times before I could understand it. But it was a song by a rapper by the name of Kanye West. It was called Gold Digger. And it was whining about the boy who was leaving the Super Bowl with his Super Bowl ring in a Hyundai because his baby mama buying bling with his money and getting lipo with his money. And maybe the Super Bowl player should have thought about that before he had sex. I was speaking at a high school in my home state of Minnesota. I got done speaking, and a senior boy got up in front of his entire school, told them for the first time that he was a father. There was a girl vacationing in their town the summer before, had no intentions of marrying this girl. He was not going to marry her. And 9 months later, he's a dad. He is allowed to see his daughter one weekend every 3 months. That's when they can arrange transportation from Minneapolis. But he is being required by the state of Minnesota to pay $350 a month to support his infant daughter based on his current income. He's not a Super Bowl player. He's working at Burger King. I looked at Sean that day in front of his entire school. I said, Sean, if you had anything at all to say to the boys sitting here about what you learned this year, buddy, what would you say? Anything at all? Sean said 2 words. Don't drink. He said, I made a decision drinking one night I would have never have made sober, and I'm going to pay for that for the rest of my life. Not only will Sean pay, but so will a little girl from Minneapolis, so will their daughter. And so will every other relationship either of them have for the rest of their lives. This is a serious responsibility, boys. And my suggestion to the young men here tonight is that you would better think about that before you have sex. After, if you're not married, it's too late. Choice isn't yours. Third option a young girl has if she finds herself pregnant, she didn't intend to be, which I happen to think is one of the most positive options available to girls today, but it is not without pain. This is going to carry consequences. It's adoption. It's the ability of a young girl to take the child she's carried with her for 9 months and loves with everything she is, to say, I want what's best for my child, and I'm not it. And I am willing to go through this pain to give my child a family. It takes a lot of courage, a lot of maturity, and a lot of love. It's not easy. 2 million requests for adoption will go unanswered this year. 2 million couples in the U.S. who would love to be parents who will not be. Girls, please hear this. This is primarily going to affect the girls here. Girls' infertility, the inability to have children of your own biologically, has risen over 500% in 10 years. The girls who graduated from your high school in 1996, many of them are just now finding out they will never have children because of choices they made sitting where you're sitting. Girls, you find out 5 years from now, 6 years from now, 8 years from now that you can't have children for whatever reason. And all the money you and your husband have spent trying to get pregnant, ladies, doesn't work. the chances you'll be able to adopt an infant in the U.S. aren't good. Average adoption of infants here now takes between 8 and 10 years and costs between $10,000 and $20,000. There are no infants available here today. It's one of the reasons I was in East Africa. We have 1.4 million orphans to both their parents dead from AIDS, and yet millions of couples in the United States and Canada who will never have children. But contrary to what Angelina Jolie might make it look like, it's not like going to Ethiopia and picking out a kid. The average international adoption is now running about $30,000 to $50,000, and whatever you have to bribe that country to bring that child here. It takes a lot of love for a girl to give her child a family, and to give that couple the privilege of being parents who otherwise might never be. 42 years ago in Michigan, a young 15-year-old became pregnant. She had a lot of difficult choices to make. Maybe more so than some 15-year-old girls, she was raped. Abortion was legal in Michigan for rape in the 60s. But this 15-year-old girl chose to give her child life and then to place that child with an adoptive family. And that child was me. My biological father is a rapist. I don't even know my ethnicity. But my life isn't worth any less than any of yours just because of the way I was conceived. And I did not deserve the death penalty because of the crime of my father. And I've not met my birth mom. Someday I hope to. And if someday I get that chance, I'm going to wrap my arms around her and I'm going to tell her I love her because she loved me. Loved me enough to give me my life. And then she loved me enough to give me the next most special gift I was ever given, and that's my family. I wear on my wrist a bracelet. I wear it every day, not the silver one, this ugly black one. It doesn't come off. My bracelet says family. Family, F-A-M-I-L-Y. And I wear it in honor of my birth mother and as a reminder to me as a mom and as a wife and your friend and your sister who I should be to you. Family stands for this. Forget about me. I love you. Forget about me. I love you. My birth mother did that for me, and I will always be grateful to her for that. Since I came today, because I would hope that none of you would ever have to make a choice like this. I've spent 9 years of my life walking girls through this difficult choice. There is no easy way out. The best choice is before you have sex. That's when you have a good choice to make. After that, it's going to get really tough. But please hear me. If you, someone you care about, were to find yourselves pregnant you didn't intend to be, please get some help. Please do not walk through this alone. You are going to have to live with whatever you choose to do for the rest of your life. Get help. If you go to my website, on my website there's a place where it says need help. You click on that. There's a place you can put in your zip code. When you put in your zip code in the U.S. and Canada, it will give you the phone number of the Crisis Pregnancy Center closest to you. Please get help. Pregnancy survivable, though, we can live through that. That is not the worst thing that could happen if you decide to have sex today. Far worse things than that. Today, in the next 24 hours, today, 14,000 teenagers will contract a sexually transmitted disease. Today, 14,000 more tomorrow. And if there are any of you heading to college in the near future, because I have college students, this matters to me, when we include that age group, we have 39,000 newly infected young people a day. 14,000 of them teens who got up this morning, and I know, said like somebody's sitting right in here, well, it's not going to happen to me. Well, Pam, that happens in New York and California and Texas and Minnesota and scary places like Wisconsin, but we're okay in Illinois. Doesn't happen in the kids in the Midwest think it's California, the kids in California think it's Florida, the kids in New York think it's happening everywhere. There's no one escaping this. Small town, big city, it doesn't matter. In the 1950s, students, we had 5 sexually transmitted diseases we knew about and were treating. 5. You could count them on one hand. Go find a grandparent. Go find somebody who grew up in the 40s or 50s. Ask them. This will be a great dinner table conversation next time your grandma's. Y'all try this. It'll be awesome. Grandma, were there STDs when you were a kid? Did people have them? Talk about it at school? Did you have crazy speakers come to your school and yell about syphilis in the gym in 1952? No. Maybe a few people back then had an STD. They got a shot of penicillin, moved on. Welcome to 2006, students. We now have over 30 STDs, 30% of them absolutely incurable. That means you get one of these diseases and you've got it for life.